Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show right here, Expresso on S3. And happy Chinese New Year, in case we haven't told you. Now, the Chinese New Year marks the beginning of the Year of the Snake, a year that promises wisdom and strategy and, most importantly, transformation. But what does this truly mean? And what does the snake truly represent? It is the year for the powerful self-discovery and growth. That's the question we want to know, because I'm here for the growth.
Yes, definitely.
I'm here for transformation.
I mean, I'm here for the growth as well. I could use a little bit more of that. But anyway, we're about to dive deep into the essence of the snake and actually what it means. And, you know, if this is your year, I think it's great to have a guiding light. And here's a gentleman who celebrated Chinese New Year literally 2 hours ago.
Sure.
That's when he woke up. That's Tony Huang is here, the managing director of the Huang Laoshi Mandarin Center. And the thing is, celebrating Chinese New Year means that, Tony, you were celebrating not too long ago with family in China, right?
Yes.
So you haven't had a lot of sleep.
Yes. Firstly, good morning, everybody. And thank you for inviting me to come here. And actually, I come here almost like every year since like 2020. So actually, I do remember. I also came here to talk about Year of the Dragon.
Yes.
And like yesterday, cool. And yes, we celebrate New Year. Right. And about they will say in China just about 6 hours ago. So actually, yes, we are living. We had a 6 hours time difference. So actually, we just separate it, and now we are separated it now.
Okay. Beautiful.
All right. So yes, and I think I come here is not like to tell. I'm not a fortune teller, so don't make me wrong. I'm can really share some experience about it. I do remember. Last year, I mentioned about the Year of the Dragon is not good for the person who were born in the Year of the Dragon. But actually, I had a quite nice year last year. So I want to tell everybody about like how to prevent, if they're possible, something could be bad. So it's more like to know about if this year, the year of the snake, it will impact you. So you need to do some preparation.
Ooh.
Preparation. Okay.
No, Tony, listen, we're trying to prepare ourselves as best as we possibly can. Excuse the tears, because this is an emotional period, okay? No, it's all about transformation as the collective and also as individuals. So can you elaborate a little bit more on the Year of the Snake? What does this mean?
Yeah, you can really see among, Chinese people use 12 animals to represent each year. So among these 12 animals, you can see the snake is only creatures will shed the skins. So you can see the process of shedding the skin is kind of a transformation. So it could be painful. We were not snake. We don't really know how the feeling is. But you can imagine the year of the snake, we will have a lot of change. No matter you like or you don't like, you will always need to have something force you to change. So this transformation is no one can really escape, no matter the big change or like small change.
Oh, wow.
So the reason why you can see in this year, among these other 12 animals, it's very special. So we will have transformation, no matter big or small.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I was just intrigued, if somebody is a water monkey, any idea of what the Chinese zodiac says about their year ahead,
Let me say that, the year, this year is, we know the Year of the Snake could be good for some of the other zodiac signs who has, and could be bad. So I can't really, in general, I can only say that this year we have a large transformation. So more like you can imagine, no matter what type of snake you are, it could be someone's a big snake, one's a small snake, and actually the frequency how you shedding the skin is different. So for example, if you are the big snake living in the jungle, and actually you will need to shedding the skin every month. And if you just a tiny one, of course, you will do that quite frequently. But if you are a very mature, very stable snake, and actually you don't need to go through so many transformation. So I mean, the question needed to be asked specifically about what the zodiac sign. So actually, there will be. We can spend a whole day to talk about this topic, but today we only had about several minutes. So
I got you.
Which
is color story short.
Yeah.
So in general, as what I said, the Year of the Snake. you can see around the whole world. Let me say AI really impact the human beings of society.
Yes.
So now a lot of jobs is going to losing the job. Something the AI can do. So you can see it's not like you don't like.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
whole world
It's almost
is,
inevitable.
yeah, the whole world is in transformation. So
Yes.
yeah, something like that. So
I
we
love
need to
this.
prepare. We need
Yep.
to prepare whatever the impact could be.
Yeah. Well, my man is a snake in terms of he's Chinese zodiac, and I
Okay.
love that. Big snakes, you know, it makes sense. It's very fitting.
Yes, indeed.
The traditions of Chinese New Year, we should probably get into some of
Yeah.
those.
Let me say the traditional Chinese New Year. Let me say we of course we had like last year I bring the red envelope.
Yes.
So normally we will put the money, and we also like today is the first of the new year. In the new year we have been told we can't really say something bad. So don't need to worry about like today. Even I know like someone maybe face some problems this year. I won't say something like bad about it. I will just mention about it. So the new year, people needed to dress, particularly don't dress black color. I'm not saying that you dress black is wrong. It's according to culture,
Yes.
and people like to dress red, particularly red color or bright, because the color can really show like you had the energy to prepare for the whole new year, and also. People will go to the temple, or like they might depend on what they believe. So normally, let me say Taoists, they will go to the temple. They might also have some kind of ceremony to pray, and also like to wish they can have a good luck for the whole year. And you don't feel anything in South Africa, but you can see on the other side, actually everybody's quite busy
Yes.
with family. So it's the feeling is more like the Christmas in the Western society.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
very
great.
different.
Well, we want to wish you all the best for the Chinese New Year, and thank you for celebrating with us. We do want to keep you here. We have some more questions about, the symbolism behind the Year of the Snake as well, and we'd love to field some of yours if you want to too. But we also have a chance to look into Chinese culture today, and one of those things Ryle is about to embark on in the next couple of seconds: Tai Chi. Wow.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We missed you. And you know what? If you missed out on our first chat with our guest today, we're just chatting about the Year of the Snake. Happy Chinese New Year. It's time to explore how the snake's strategic energy can influence our lives. We need to plan.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Because from career to your personal choices and growth, the snake's wisdom guides us towards a deeper understanding of self and others around you. And we want to learn more about this and tap into this year's potential in particular. And we have somebody great on the couch that is still here, Mr. Tony Huang from the Huang Laoshi Mandarin Center. Thank you for being here still, Tony. Listen, we are excited about the year, but it is January. For you, it is the start of the Chinese New Year. We want to get kick-started with our best foot forward. So when it comes to harnessing the power of the snake, is it just for those that identify with being the zodiac sign of the snake, or is it for everybody that we can harness this potential?
So actually, it's what just mentioned previously. The year we can expect there a quite big transformation, and how big the transformation will be impact the individual will depend on what your radical side is.
Yes.
So actually this year, I would like to say everybody needed to either strategy to survive this year.
Wow.
I don't like use to survive, but
Yes.
anyway, if you see something like big impact in your life, it's all depend on like what your situation now, or what you has been accumulated energy, because Chinese people believe the energy it can be accumulated. So in our whole life, like what we have been do, or like what all kind of habit or whatever, we accumulate a little energy little by little.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this year will be the turning point. I would like to say in that way. So no matter you like, you don't like, and the more like there will be when it's energy accumulated to a certain point, they will break out. So it's more like depend on what you do, or like what you have been accumulate. So I'm not say I just mentioned in the beginning, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not to come here to say, hey, you had a good life. This year will be good for you or not good for you. It will be very individually. So in general, will have transformation, but I would like to advise everybody can prepare for the impact or like transformation.
Impact.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the snake having a certain transformative nature. For instance, the way you've transformed your outfit for this chat with us.
And
I like it. I like
love
the fact
it.
that you have costume changes. This is great. You know, there's a feeling when people said this year is 2020 Thrive, they wanted to do the bold moves this year.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear a bit more as to how you would take on a year if you want to make bold moves this year, the year of the snake. Number one, is this the year to do the bold moves? And if it is, what type of things must we consider when making these bold moves in our life in the year of the snake?
All right. So as well as I mentioned, it's very individually. So we talk about the year of the dragon because I was born the year of the dragon.
Yes.
So taking me for example, this year is good for whoever born in the year of the dragon because we will have a lot of assistance from so-called outsider, not from us, not from family, from the other people.
Oh.
So actually, it's quite ideal for whoever. As what I mentioned, I'm not a fortune teller. I just want to mention about it. And for me, because I was born in the year of the dragon, so I do a little bit study on that. So for me, it's quite ideal for me to do some big change.
Oh.
But still, when whoever want to do the bold change, they need to understand what your own sales situation is. So firstly, the first step to do the change is to understand what your ground is. So what the situation you are,
Yes.
what the resources you have. Of course, you can do the change, but do that step by step. Because this year, whatever the change you do, could be in a very short time, you will really see this very big difference. But because the change keep continuously, so actually you needed to change your strategy all the time. So this year you must cautious about what the change, the step you move. You go to move to the next step. Feel like, oh, feel so good. It seems good. Seems going bad, going good. And actually, if you keep don't go in the direction, could be leading you to be the best situation. So in this year, it's more like the change happen all the time.
Yes.
The only unchanged things for this year is change. So
Sure.
let me say everything is change all the time. So in that year, so we need to prepare like if something you really step out for this first step,
Yeah.
and it's look like good, and you need to think about not just satisfied about what is now. You need to think about whether you should need to move to the other direction or is anything need to be justified. Otherwise, it won't be the disaster. Might be. I don't know.
No, I love this, and I love the guidance that you're providing as well. But for somebody that wants to align themselves so that they benefit from the change and the transformation, I mean, what would you say to that to make sure the energies are on the same level?
I think the energy can be understandable. I just mentioned about that you need to be cautious about what you are move. Don't be like overconfident, or like don't be too let me say too controlling. You know, the thing, the energy occurs. You can really use the energy to lead you to go to the destination you want, but. You know, about the attitude, about what your mindset is. That's the thing I want to mention. It's more like some people maybe they do that very good in the first 3 months and they become like a little bit over satisfied, or like then they start to enjoy, or like they don't really put attention on what they are going to do. So this always lead people to go to the best results. The thing I want to mention, of course, the energy can be kept the same way all the time.
Yes.
But about how you justify, how you always keep cautious about what you are doing. Yes, that's the thing I just want to mention.
I like that. Don't be too controlling.
Yep.
Kind of be like water, be like a water monkey, which we're going to find out in just a little bit.
Maybe.
I'm very curious.
That's going to be great. Well, you know what? Tony's not a fortune teller, but he has promised to do our Chinese zodiac. And I'm talking all of us, Raul, Carissa, and mine. So if you want to hear what our years hold, then I think you should stay right there. I'm hoping good fortune. I'm hoping maybe like a win in some sort of lottery. That'd be nice. I don't know. What about you, Raul?